How's it going, everybody? I hope you're all doing well. Okay, well, so in our age of modern technology and digital messages, love letters are quickly becoming a thing of the past. I'd even say that they've pretty much become an extinct species. Now, here's the thing. I think that when physical love letters vanish from our lives, we're not just losing some kind of sentimental practice. No, we're losing a portal to something deeper, something sacrosanct, even something ontological. In choosing the way of the digital message, we've chosen speed and screens and convenience over presence and over care and over the slowness and endurance that real love demands. The philosopher Martin Heidegger might say that the disappearance of the handwritten love letter is a smaller symptom of a much bigger kind of forgetting, a forgetting of presence, of what it means to dwell meaningfully with another person. Long before the smartphones and social media, Heidegger warned us that modern technology was changing how we relate to time and to being present and to being with each other. In his magnum opus, Being in Time, he describes our way of existing as shaped by care and presence, and of course by mortality. Essentially, what he says there is that to live fully, we have to do more than just exist. We have to take the time to pay attention. We have to really be there. Okay, now why is this relevant? Well, because a love letter is a perfect example of that kind of presence. It's not just information on a page. It's a piece of the person, a person who took the time to write it. Even when they're far away, the letter holds their presence. When you touch it, the wrinkled edges and the smeared ink, you're in a way almost touching their hand. Or as the French philosopher Derrida might say, when you hold a love letter, you hold the trace of your beloved. And by trace, he meant something like a lingering absence that makes presence possible. It's as if your beloved was saying to you, I'm with you, even in my absence. Actually, there's another more literal kind of trace that's relevant here too. And that's that when we write in hand, our uniqueness and our identity is inscribed in the movement of the pen across and into the paper. So what's left there is a personal trace or testament. We've personally transferred or etched ourselves and our spirit into the paper. Our relationship to our words then is embodied. I don't know, but I think maybe Nietzsche alluded to something like this when he makes his character Zarathustra say, of all that is written, I love only what a person has written with his blood. Write with blood, and you will find that blood is spirit. Anyway, I guess the larger point in all of this is that a love letter, it's more than just token words. It's a gift of care and of presence, and it's not just a message. Now, digital messages are clearly different, right? I mean, they just flicker. They flash into existence and disappear just as quickly. They're quick and they're rushing and they're weightless and they're easy to forget. They're marked by surface level exchange. They're consumed quickly. They're not cherished. And as Heidegger might point out, in type format, every person looks the same. Everybody's writing is identical. Character is concealed and personality has vanished. And finally, digital messages, well, we might lose them, and so we lose our memories too. I mean, after all, texts get deleted and phones get replaced. On the other hand, a love letter doesn't aim to be efficient. It's meant to last, to be reread and felt and remembered. And a letter, once written, becomes a kind of artifact. It ages with you. Like a precious heirloom or treasure, it can be held by your children or your grandchildren. All this explains why we get so distraught when we lose our love letters. And that's because when we lose them, we lose part of our emotional history, memories that have been etched in solid matter. And here's another thing. There's another thing that we lose when everything becomes digital. We lose slowness. After all, a love letter takes time, not just to arrive at the destination, but more importantly, it takes time to write. The act of writing a letter asks us to pause and to gather ourselves and to reflect and to focus our feelings onto another. In our age of instant messaging, this kind of slowness, this resistance to immediacy, it becomes a revolutionary act. It asks us to invest the time needed to truly dwell with another person and to make manifest the invisible labor of love that is the care and the deliberate crafting of letter writing. You know, some things just resist being rushed, and love is one of them. But Heidegger was worried that modern technology was pushing us into a mode of being where everything must be efficient and immediately available and optimized. And so where things like slowness and openness and dwelling with others get sacrificed. Well, then a love letter is definitely more than sentimentality or nostalgia. It's really an act of rebellion. And that's because what it does is it commands a slowing down that runs counter to the breakneck speed of our networked world and of our culture of hypercommunication. It says that love is not one ping or notification among hundreds of others, but it's a mystery to be approached with patience and authenticity and with awe. To write a love letter nowadays is to refuse the tyranny of the instantaneous and of the shallow or the flat. It's to say, as I etch this into the paper, I take the time to bring you back, to speak to you, to reveal myself to you, to celebrate you. And I do this not in hurried fragments, but in a fullness without which love just isn't all that it might be. Bye for now.